This is your economics video on shortages and surplus. In the last video, we've been talking about supply and demand. And when you put the supply and demand line together, they intersect at one point. That point is called the equilibrium. And there we have an equilibrium price and an equilibrium quantity. It's the only place where the suppliers and the buyers agree. And so that's where we get our equilibrium price, which is the price that the good will be sold at, and our equilibrium quantity, which is the amount of goods that are both bought and sold. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about some things that can happen when that equilibrium price is not necessarily at the market equilibrium. So here's a typical supply and demand graph. As you can see here, let's say that this particular equilibrium has an equilibrium where your supply and demand meet, and that is thus the quantity supplied and the quantity demanded. And let's say they meet at a price of $3 and a quantity of 15 units. Now, again, this is the amount that both supply and demand agree to. And so this would be the thing that achieves positive outcomes for everybody in the market, whether you're a buyer or a seller. So let's say that this is a market for packs of gum. And over here on the chart, we have the various prices for packs of gum. Just like we did in previous videos, it starts at $0 per pack all the way up to $6 per pack. And you'll notice that the quantity that is demanded, meaning how many buyers want, is very different than the quantity that's supplied, which is how much suppliers want to make if they know that this is the price they can sell it at. So from the chart, you can also see that at a price of $3, both the demand and supply agree on the same quantity. So the equilibrium price is going to become the market price. Remember, price is different than cost. Cost is what it takes to make it. Price is what it's actually sold at in the marketplace. And equilibrium quantity is going to be where your quantity supplied and your quantity demanded agree. Remember, when we use the terms quantity supplied and quantity demanded, we're talking about one specific dot along the line. And in this case, that dot for both the demand and supply lines are at 15 units. If we're talking about supply, we are talking about the entire line, which is made up of a whole bunch of different dots and a whole bunch of different quantity supplied. Now let's take an example here. Let's, for example, say that the price, instead of $3, businesses decide to sell these packs of gum at $5. Now, at $5, the quantity that's demanded and the quantity that's supplied are different. The amount of buyers who want to buy packs of gum is now 9 people. So the buyers are not very much into a $5 pack of gum. The suppliers, however, being told that their gum is now in the marketplace going to sell for $5, they think this is a really profitable price. So they prepare 25 packs of gum and the quantity supplied is at 25. So here, when you have this gap at the triangle at the top of your supply and demand graph, that creates a surplus. Because at a price of $5, your quantity supplied is higher than your quantity demanded. In this case, 16 packs of gum we have in surplus. So when this happens, if you're a business and you thought you were going to sell 25, but you only sold 9, you now got 16 packs of gum and nobody wants to buy them anymore. So what do you have to do when you have a surplus of extra things nobody wants to buy? You, of course, put them on sale. So as you drop the price, sellers are trying to get as many sales as they can at the highest price possible. So as they lower the price to $4, some new customers are now interested in buying the product. So that's going to increase your quantity demanded. And sellers, of course, are going to readjust the amount that they're producing. And this continues to reduce the surplus until the seller brings the price down to what is the equilibrium. This is the magic of markets. The government does not have to tell the buyers where to buy and how many to buy, and the government doesn't have to tell the sellers what to price their product at or how to make it. The market itself corrects itself. So if there is a mistake, and it is a lot of trial and error, then the market will force itself down into the equilibrium price and quantity. Let's look at another example of what a shortage looks like. In this case, we're going to price the product lower than the market equilibrium, and at a market price of $1, the amount of people that demand packs of gum, the quantity demanded is 21 packs, and the quantity supplied is 5. So that's going to give us, in this case, a shortage, because in this case, the quantity demanded is higher than how many they got. So this is going to result in a shortage of 16 packs of gum. So if you're a seller and you only have a limited supply, 5 packs of gum, and you have 21 customers who want to buy them, that tells you that there's a lot of excess demand for that particular product. And that also means that you can also raise the price, because some of those 21 buyers might be willing to pay more than $1 per pack. So as you raise the price, of course, some of the customers drop out. They're not willing to buy it at $2. And of course, we're going to start eliminating the shortage by moving the price back up to $3.